Alright, how's it going, everybody? We're here to play this wonderful masterpiece of a video game, Hachoo. Yeah, this is a Jelco game. They, if you paid attention to the date, you might notice that it's 1989, which doesn't coincide with anything else that anybody might care about for beat-em-ups. So, yeah, you know, we'll just take that as it is. This is a pretty simple game. It has a punch and a jump. But we can also throw enemies. So this game's fun because our life is up there in the top. We've got 3 red pips and a bunch of blue pips. And that's it. That's all you get. There's no extra. Of this game is when you throw enemies, you can throw them at the screen and they just do this stuff. There is kind of a gore warning, right? No, there. Some of these animations are a little different than others. So like this guy, if we can throw him, there we go. This guy has his eyeballs explode out, which is very fun. But from here on out, the enemies don't just let you throw them like that. Oh, timer. Good job, me. From here on, the enemies will just counter it. So we got a red orb there, makes our basic punch better. Punches several times instead of once. But yeah, from here on, we have to weaken enemies before we do that. We got a green orb, that's a 1 orange health pip. And notably, your health counts down in this game, so you're pretty well constantly on a timer. I don't recall if the timer, or if the health drain can actually kill you in this game, or if it just leaves you at nothing. But got the blue orb, one of our second to last orbs, gives us a shield, which sometimes prevents damage. I'm not real clear on how it works, it doesn't usually. Anyway, here's our boss. He's a big guy. You can still throw him and get that animation. You see our demon statue guy melting. Showing our progress through the game. Yeah, and this is the problem. If you don't have them weakened, they'll throw you, and they do a lot of damage, and they do that. So this game is kind of like known for being impossible, and a big reason for that is your attacks are disjointed in a very strange way. You won't really hit enemies attacking them straight on. You really need to be like above them and closer to them. And if you do that, then you've got some pretty advantageous attack boxes. If you're trying to attack them like straight on, you really have to do this kick from like really far away. And even then, some enemies that's a bad idea on. So yeah, you just have to be a little patient with some of these. Like that, yeah. Now we've got these guys. These guys are very funny. They're the only enemy in this game you can't throw. But they just jump and throw rocks. Don't even particularly aim at you. They do a lot of damage if you let them hit you. Yeah, mostly just kind of chug along, take advantage of our disjointed hitbox down. Got a new enemy type who stands crying. Has this wonderful animation when you throw her. Anyway, got our next stage. We've reached a cliff, and we have to descend the hard way. So, I'm not really sure the logistics on this stage where you're on a big falling boulder and there's other smaller boulders falling onto it and rolling off. But you know, sometimes that's just how it is, I guess. But fortunately, the Nimbus has saved us. Now we get our next boss, this guy. But once he's fallen over, you can throw him. And then we get our second of him. Because what's better than one boss? It's two bosses. This stage is the start of where they start throwing like a lot of these dudes at you at once. And there's a couple different ways to handle them, but in general I find just kind of standing above them and doing that is the most consistent. You can push them into the lava, which is fun. Just throw them in there. You have to be careful with that jump. You have to be closer to the edge than it feels like you should have to be. And I'm pretty sure we're at max power. I don't think red orbs matter anymore, but, you know, we'll grab them. Here we got these guys. New enemy type, they shoot fireballs. These 6 of them are the only ones that are in the game. They throw 6 of them at you at once and then they're done. Have to be careful here. These. Okay, that sucked. That's why you have to be careful here. Fortunately, we get a big health drop here. Orange are worth 2 health pips. Now we get our next boss, our fish friend here. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why that's what happens. This stage you really have to go like right at the start because these dudes ambush you, and if they get stuck on the edge, you have it's a tough situation to get out of. It's not really how I want to do this, but yeah, look how far disjointed this attack is down. It's kind of crazy. Should fall? Yeah. More rock throwers. So you kind of have to take your time with them, let them do their thing, and smack them. Because it's worth noting you can't actually like jump attack or anything. You just can ground attack. You can jump, but it's just for movement. Now we get like 12 of these dudes or something. Which again, you can just kind of stand here and attack, and most of them will generally just kind of walk into this. Eventually you'll have to go chase the mob that escapes, but you know, it's for later. It's a future problem. Okay. Now this next fight is like, it's pretty easy, but it's also extremely punishing. These guys do a lot of damage if they hit you. Like, these guys typically just kill you in 2 hits. So really not taking any chances with them. Just trap them against the wall and smack them. And here we are, the finale. The demons almost thawed out. Our last stage. The stage is pretty long. The end of it gets pretty dicey, even if you play well, just because of how long the stage is. You can end up with not much health. We're also going to get a little bit of a taste of a boss rush. A few of our bigger enemies coming back. Like this. There we go. Should be able to throw her. Yep. Another mob of these dudes. This guy dance around a little bit. Like I said, they're not necessarily hard enemies, but the consequence for messing up is very, very large. So. we get the rock throw? Nope, we got more of these guys. Okay. Next one's rock throw, guys. What are you doing, dude? This guy can't make up his mind if he wants to fight me or walk away. We got the fish or the fire guys? These guys. Okay. It's a lot of letting the enemies kind of wander before you're ready to fight them in this game. At least for the dangerous enemies. Now we should be getting the rock throwers. Oh yeah, look at that lag. Okay. Now we should be getting the fish. Yep, here he is. Should be able to throw him now. It's kind of weird, like on the bosses especially, it's really worth it to throw them when they're almost dead. I just didn't hit it fast enough. Because they end up taking a lot of damage from the throw. Like, individual hits don't damage them fast, especially this guy since he kind of bounces. Okay, should get another orange health here, and then we jump forward to our final boss. This wizard. So he just kind of cruises around for a while. He's gonna make some guys who we need to be careful because they can throw us the frame they spawn. Enemies, but here we need to be a little careful to not pull the wizard up too high because where he is determines where he spawns the enemies. So that guy's way, way up at the top. But he can only make 2 guys at a time, so we just have to wait. Wait for him to spawn more. That's a pretty good example of how much more health they have when you're trying to finish them by striking them. Okay, now he's gonna make 2 of the red guys. Alright, so he's out of guys to make. We just... Yeah, this part's kind of tough just because your health drains so much. Now we can fight him by throwing him! Equal opportunity, baby! And that's... it! We get to enter our initials. We don't fight the demon thing that was spawning. That's not resolved yet. Gotta slowly enter our initials because this entry screen is not very fast. There we go. He just refreezes. He's fine. He's doing his own thing. And then we get to watch as this building burns, and we get to see all these lovely animations one last time. I'll leave the timer run through the credits since I forgot to start it. So 20-ish minutes. Yeah, very silly game. Like I said, kind of one that a lot of people like play once and they think it's just complete nonsense impossible, but once you understand the way the hitboxes are disjointed, it's not too bad. There's definitely a couple rough learning spots. There we go. All right, like 2015, something like that. Hachoo! That's it. We can go to the other thing.